Welcome to Mississippi Outdoors. I'm Amanda Mills.
And I'm Kevin Meacham. Thanks for joining us.
In our first story, we head to Warren County.
The Outdoors crew is jug fishing for catfish on the Mississippi River.
Let's go.
Today on Mississippi Outdoors, we're fishing on the Mississippi River. We're jugging for catfish, and today I'm with Captain Charles Toney, his lovely wife Kristen Toney, and his sister Charlene Toney, and my wife Pam. Charles has been out pre-fishing. He's picked out a few good spots, and we're gonna give it a go. Well, we got some two types of bait we're using. We got some Cherry Garcia chicken. It's basically chicken dipped in
Don't tell.
special sauce.
Don't share.
And Charles has his own special mixture. And a lot of people just use styrofoam noodles, but Charles is a die-hard jugger, and so he has gone industrial on us. And he's got some noodles that'll stand the test of time. I think he's been using those for years.
I think it's got a crack in the top. Throw it out, it don't matter if it breaks, it breaks.
It sinks, it
See how it
sinks.
goes.
We lost one last
that good?
Sunday. And may the force be with us, and may they all stand up.
Yeah. This is a low-key, easy-going fishing, right? It's low stress. You're just out enjoying the day, out enjoying the river, and you throw the jugs out and let them do the work, basically.
My lines are from 3 foot to 6 foot, and I fish from 8 foot of water to 20 foot of water, somewhere in that area. You know, these fish come up, they swimming in and out of that channel. I mean, we caught fish in 30 foot of water on a 3 foot string, you know. We look for rough water and then slicks like you got right here. If you look where the jugs are floating over right now, there's a bar there where it drops off or up high. We don't go in there and check it because you don't want to run over where you're fishing. Look for, you know, irregular stuff and try to, you know, drop there, and hopefully the jugs will float right. Right now they're doing pretty good. They're staying in. They're not kicking out with the current. So they're coming across these bars right.
I was just saying that a lot of people use noodles, you know, the pool noodles, you know, that's real popular. And their colors, like, you know, green and yellow and red. But Charles, if you look, you wouldn't think black would be an easy color to see, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it is the easiest color to spot on the river. And he's right about that.
Well, finally one got hooked. They can see for about 3 miles, Pam, and I can see for about 100 yards. Not even 100 yards. So I said, I'm bringing binoculars today.
Well, you know what you put out, and you just, as you float, you just constantly look back to make sure you don't lose any behind you. The other side, is on the left side. Just back. We're normally on the other side. There you go. Right?
Yep.
Supper! Nice. Nice.
We use chicken or pork butt or some kind of meat that stays on the
Don't
hook
tell
real
them,
well.
Chuck. Don't tell them.
I gotta tell. And all you gotta use is a little
Don't tell them.
sugar-free cherry Kool-Aid. Sprinkle it in, mix them up, works great. No better bait. Well, we threw out all our jugs. We didn't have a lot of love. We caught one. We're just picking up all the jugs, the girls are, rebaiting them, and we're gonna go try a new spot and see if we can have a little bit better luck.
not too bad. He's not too bad.
Channel, ain't it?
Double bait.
Yep.
Double bag, told you. Tried to tell you, Charles. You don't
Tried
listen
to
to
tell
us
you,
one
Charles.
day.
Most of the time we catch it on the size of that first one.
Some oil and some garlic. Then we got a bait missing on that one. Come on, you gotta get that rhythm. He gets the rhythm, no doubt about it. You know what? It's just all about being outside. It's just another excuse to be out in the woods. As if I need an excuse, but yeah, I love going to migration down in Grand Island in spring. It's phenomenal.
Is that spinning or is that the current?
I don't know. Did spin around though.
I want to see it when it goes shoo through the water.
Right?
Ooh, he's taking that cork under.
Hold up. Still ain't weight to him?
He's all right.
Garlic.
Had enough.
Yeah, he's not on.
Son of a gun.
Look at that.
Let me see that hook.
Gone. Hook's gone. The swivel's gone. The swivel pulled out. He's still on there.
Hold on. Get the motor started. All right. You feel heavy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, pull him up. Got him. I got him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Check that out, cameraman.
Good one.
All right. Yes.
Of course, he might have done that.
He might have. Yeah, I got him, Charles. I got him. I got him. He ain't going nowhere. Get a picture like a still shot.
Like that, Chuck. Got about
What it's all about, baby.
the right side.
Yes, sir. That's a good one. That's a good one. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Cherry Garcia.
That's the size I like.
Oh, wait. Double.
Double.
Double bait.
Double.
There you go, baby.
The number.
It's a
Swallow it. Girl got the rhythm.
She's a jug chunker, ain't she?
Something those good.
You. Jumped him.
That's good. Wait.
What the heck?
Serious.
Just came
thought he was barely hooked, wasn't he?
Yep.
All right.
I say we're doing good.
Look at that dinosaur right there.
That's the perfect size. See, that's the size I like to clean up there and eat.
Grab the string, grab the string. Oh, baby. Yes, sir, Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Folks, we've had a great time fishing on the Mississippi River with the Big Bird River City Juggers. I hope y'all had a good time watching us. We caught about 15 fish. We're gonna call it a day now. Y'all have a good time. Thank you.
To most Mississippians, the great outdoors is more than forest, lakes, and the critters that live there. It's places where memories are made, firsts are had, and stories are told. Times may look different, but some things remain true. Enjoying time outside with family, friends, and even in solitude is good for the soul. The Magnolia State is full of adventures waiting for you to experience. As we search for a new normal, we hope that you will take the time to slow down, step outside, and soak in all your state has to offer. Visit mdwfp.com for your outdoor resources and information.
We're here in the North Mississippi Delta this morning in a planted sunflower field. It's early August. We're trying to capture and band some mourning doves. The reason we're doing this is tagging birds to release them into the population again that will be available for hunters to harvest potentially. A lot of the information that we get from these birds is information about their movements from where they were banded and released to where they're harvested. So when we're baiting a new area to attract doves, a lot of times what we'll do is put the bait out and leave the trap upside down next to it. So birds will come here, they'll see the bait, they'll feed in the area and get used to eating right next to the trap. But when we're ready to start trapping birds and actually start putting bands on, of course we'll place the trap over the bait. The birds have gotten used to coming here and feeding. They're comfortable with feeding. They'll land beside the trap and then figure out how to walk in the doors.
This is what we call a hatch year mourning dove. We're able to identify that by looking at the tips of the covert feathers. They've got that fringe on the tips of them. We don't identify the sex of a hatch year bird. We just call it unknown. Feather likely was just the molt feather that just came in. So from there we'll count backwards the primaries, starting at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is going to be the P2. It's going to be the molt feather for this bird. We're going to look. I always place the band on the right leg, so I'll pull out the right leg to see if I've already banded it, and I haven't. So we're going to take the band and place it on the leg. Crimp it on good. Kind of give it a twist. So from there we've got the band on. And we've got the information for the bird. Now we're just ready to release it. In our next story, we're headed to Grenada County.
The Outdoors crew learns about the centuries-old sport of falconry.
The Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks Falconry program oversees the permitting and record-keeping regulations of the sport of falconry. Now, when we talk about the sport of falconry, what we're talking about is hunters going out and taking a bird of prey, a native to Mississippi bird of prey, usually red-tailed hawks or red-shouldered hawks. Those are the most common birds. Some falconers use American kestrels, and then some of the more advanced falconers use peregrine falcons in Mississippi. Mississippi is blessed to have several master falconers who take the sport very seriously. Two of those are Dr. Harvey Leslie and Mr. Robert McGuire, who have formed a bond to keep the traditions of falconry alive in the state.
I think this afternoon, since we don't have ducks that we can see on any of the ponds that I normally fly on this property, we're going to fly my older peregrine, Tacoma, on the drone. And what I'll do is I'll prepare it, get it ready, and then send it up a few hundred feet and just release her, and there'll be a part of the quail breast hanging off of it, and there's a parachute that's stuffed up into a tube, and there's a release device and all that arrangement. She'll fly up to it, grab that bait, and pull that chute out and just come to the ground with it, and it just kind of coast to it. But anyway, it's kind of fun to watch, but it's great to get them in shape, and so we'll do that today since there's no ducks. It's kind of proactive. What we want to do is to be able to have the falcon go up several hundred feet and wait on over us in anticipation of flushing ducks up under. And this teaches them to go up, and then as they're going up taking this bait, you know, pulling the chute and all that, you start throwing pigeons. And they'll start stooping and looking at you as a source of, flushing game up under them. And so once you graduate to ducks, then they kind of know the game, and then, you know, it's just basically go hunting with the falcon. And it really, if you get right down to it, it's just a specialized form of bird watching. It's just that we have more of an intimate relationship with the bird, you know, and we get to handle it. To me, there's just no other sport quite like this one.
This is a peregrine falcon. And they're tundra peregrines, which migrate through Mississippi. So these birds were both caught in Mississippi. But a peregrine's only here for a couple of weeks in October and then back in the spring when they migrate north. The peregrine that she is, a tundra peregrine, is the only peregrine that's migratory. And they raise their young in Canada and Alaska and Greenland, and then migrate through the United States and winter in Patagonia and Argentina. But they're only here for a brief time. Most people have never seen them. They just migrate through, and that's the only time they're here. You can only fly these birds if they're hungry. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and weigh her on a scale and just make sure she's the right weight. But I didn't feed her much yesterday, so I'm pretty sure as cold as it got, she's the right weight. But we're just gonna check as insurance. We'll just go in and weigh her. I gotta cut it on. And she weighs a little less than 2 pounds. Her best flying weight is about 28.5 ounces. I'll just help her get on there, and then see, she's 28.4. That's perfect. And all this design of all this leather is thousands of years old. You look in medieval times, and the hood, the The leather jesses is what they're called. They are all from, you know, medieval times. Well, today we're gonna release the falcon near the pond, but we're gonna have Mike Stewart of Wild Rose Kennels and Mike Stevens helping with the flush, and we're gonna use Deke, the dog, to go in and flush the ducks off the water.
Deke is the Ducks Unlimited mascot. You know, I mean, he retrieves ducks that have been shot. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to line the dog for the water surface, and he's hopefully going to see those ducks and flush them. And then he's got to stay under either on the water or recall for the bird to do its business. So if the bird actually drops the duck after it's hit, Deke can recover it.
We've had like 70. We'll have 20 guns.
Sure hope there's some ducks left.
All right, let's see if we can put them in the air. Deke. Back. Hey! Deke, back.
There, she got it. Y'all see it?
Yeah. Here. Sit. Stay. Okay.
It's a hen buffalo hen.
It's a buffalo. Good. Here. Dinner is served. What do you think, Deke? Now you're in business, right? Huh? Well, that's what this is about. Huh? It's amazing. It's amazing. This is old ways of hunting. Way before the guns were around, this is what they did. The guys, the aristocrats would be on their horses with their hounds to their side, the bird dogs to the side, a falcon in the air. This is historic.
All right, what we're gonna do is fly a pigeon and just let her fly for a little bit and, you know, see if she takes a pitch. She should. She hadn't flown in several days, and she's really been doing good with this, you know, clear blue bird sky. She should go really up, you know, today, so. Ho! 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 Nothing grander to be able to take a wild trapped, you know, falcon like this, train it where that you can fly it free and it'll come back to you. Been a lifelong passion, and I can't ever imagine myself not doing it. And so I hope that I can for many, many, many more years to come.
Hey, that's all the time we have for this week. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Join us again next time for more exciting adventures. Until then, I'm Amanda Mills.
And I'm Kevin Meacham.
See you outdoors.
Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent.